Chelsea need to be better. Not good enough from them today. Playing against 10 men for around 20 minutes in that game. For me personally, I feel Chelsea have to do better in terms of taking their chances. Nottingham Forest, we knew their game plan. We knew their tactical approach. And they got it very, very, very good to a T. Tactically, they're all about the counter-attacking system. We're going to break it down. We're going to talk about Chelsea today and what just didn't go right for them and how they can improve going forward. If you're new to the channel, make sure you go down, smash a like if you haven't already. Make sure you are hitting that subscribe button. The road to 30,000 subscribers is well and true. But Chelsea today, for whatever reason, did not get the win. And when you look at the match stats, you look at the performance, I don't necessarily want to say they were lucky to get a draw, but Nottingham Forest had a number of chances in that game. They went with a very strong lineup, Chelsea. The lineup that we've seen majority of their Premier League games. Sanchez made some great, great saves today. Back four of Gusto, Fofana, Colwill, and Cucurella. And I believe with that yellow card from Cucurella, I think he may miss the Liverpool game when they are back. Caicedo and Enzo Fernandez, Madueke, Palmer, Sancho, and Jackson. Very, very strong Chelsea lineup. Up against Sells, Milinkovic, Inina, Moreno, Ward-Prowse, who was sent off, Ryan Yates, and ex-Chelsea face Callum Hudson-Odoi, Gibbs-White, Anderson, and Chris Wood. And Chris Wood at the moment is in the form of his life. You know, what's that? 5 or 6 Premier League goals. You know, it was a quiet opening period of the game, to be honest. Chelsea hit the post. Forest had, you know, as soon as they kind of went into the second half, they kind of took the lead early on. The first half was relatively quiet. Not a huge amount of chances, couple of bookings. You know, Madueke should have, the ball should have been in the back of the net just before the half time from Cole Palmer. But Nottingham Forest, I'll tell you what, we need to give Nuno Espirito Santo a lot of credit because he's gone away to Liverpool and got 3 points. He's gone to Chelsea and come away with a point. They've had a relatively good start to the season. They're currently sitting in a decent position considering they haven't, you know, they're 9th in the Premier League. They've played 7, won 2, drawn 4, lost 1, scored 7, conceded 6. They're very, very strong defensively. Chelsea is still up there with some of the highest goal scorers in the league. They've scored 16. Only City have scored 1 more. But they have conceded 8 goals, which is, I think their defense, you know, is good enough to, you know, concede less goals than that. But today they were just so wasteful. I think Madueke had something like 8 shots, which is like, I understand, obviously, that when you look at the match stats, bearing in mind Nottingham Forest played with about 10 men for about, 78th minute, 12 plus, about 25 minutes with 10 men. And they had more shots on target than Chelsea. 16 shots. You know, both goalkeepers today I thought had really, really good performances. Corners, Chelsea battered them. Passing accuracy, Chelsea battered them. You know, more than 200 more passes, nearly 300 more. You know, I thought Chelsea today just weren't the Chelsea that we've seen so far in front of goals. The Chelsea that scored 4 against Brighton, the Chelsea that scored 6 against the Wolves. This reminded me very much of that Crystal Palace result where, you know, that they kind of drew 1-1. It's a very, very similar approach. And, you know, it was going to be interesting to see how Chelsea cope with up against these low blocks because we've seen them batter teams, but we've seen them struggle. We've seen them struggle twice now, which is against Crystal Palace and Nottingham Forest. You know, Chelsea, fair enough, they responded really early after the goal, which is a sign of a good mentality in a side. You know, Forest, they led at Stamford Bridge. Absolute carnage in that away end. Ward-Prowse, diagonal free kick into the box. Milinkovic rises to nod the head out into a dangerous area, and Wood is there, and he manages to get a toe on it and squeeze it in, and Chelsea go 1-0 down. And I thought when they went 1-0 down, what are we going to bearing in mind this is Enzo Maresca's first season, but it's Chelsea's third season under these owners. So you can call it a start of a new project, but at the same time, this project under these owners has been going for a number of years. They've brought some fantastic players, but Enzo Maresca is still trying to get his ideas across. And I think they still have had a very good season, or a very good start to the season. 5 minutes afterwards, a couple of minutes afterwards, Sanchez made another good save from Anderson. And then Cole Palmer gets an assist. And Madueke gets his goal. It was a thorn in Forest's side the whole game. And he puts it in the back of the net, makes it 1-1. He received the ball on the right before cutting onto that left foot in a crowded box and finds the bottom corner. And after that, I thought, right, Chelsea are going to go flex their muscles and they're going to go and score 2, maybe another 3 goals. Nuno made some saves. He took off Elliot Anderson. Some subs. And then obviously Palmer got yellow carded. And then James Ward-Prowse, down to 10 men. I think he got yellow carded for kicking the ball away, or one of the yellow cards was. And the referee has no choice but to do it. Chelsea then make a number of changes. Felix comes on. Christopher Nkunku comes on. Nottingham Forest brought in Elanga probably to get the ball and drive it up the pitch alongside Nico Williams and use their pace. But fair play, Sells made a number of saves. Nottingham Forest dug in, and I think on the balance of play, they deserve the point. Neto come on at the end. Adebayo come on at the end. Neto had a big chance in injury time. Huge saves at both ends. When you look at the match stats again, it was kind of like a basketball game at times. This game had nearly 40 shots in it, which is just absolutely phenomenal. But Chelsea need to be better in taking their chances. When they score goals and they're on it, they look absolutely fantastic. But today, I just don't think they took their chances as much as they have in other games. And whether that's a lack of sharpness today, whether that's I just don't personally feel they were good enough today. I think Nottingham Forest can come out of that game with their head held high, and they deserve the point. But when you look at Chelsea's season overall, I don't think it's a bad start to the campaign by any stretch of the imagination. They currently sit 14th. They're above Aston Villa on goal difference, who drew today with Man United. They won 4 of their first 7 games. They drew 2. They've lost 1. They've scored 16, conceded 8, got 8 goal difference. Only the top 3 teams have got a higher goal difference. Or Tottenham could go overtake Chelsea's goal difference today. Obviously, we've got +7 and we play Brighton very shortly. But yeah, it's just a good start to the campaign for Chelsea. It's just a couple of wobbles. I believe they should have beat Palace. I believe they should have beat Forest. If you had another 4 points on the table, they'd be level with Liverpool. So, it's a good start to the season for them, but I just think they need to be better. They need to take some of these chances more. Madueke had 7 shots. I don't think Cole Palmer really was brilliant today. Obviously, he got the assist and he created a couple of chances, but in terms of a goal front, I don't think he really, was absolutely fantastic. And when we look at the Chelsea's run of games they got coming up, this is where we're going to see what they're made of. Liverpool away, Panathinaikos away, Stamford Bridge against Newcastle away, Man United away. Who knows if Eric Ten Hag's going to be in a job then? Noah at home, and then Arsenal at home. Now, one thing I am going to say is Panathinaikos, Newcastle in the cup, and Noah. I imagine Chelsea will play that Conference League level side. Means they can play full strength against Liverpool, against Newcastle in the league, Man United in the league, and Arsenal in the league. And Chelsea, as we saw last season, have got a habit of turning up against the big teams. This squad is, it's a very young squad. It's a very good squad. It's a very healthy squad at the moment. No big injuries. I believe they're going to have a good season. I believe they're more than good enough to get 4th right now. And that Conference League, as I've said in a number of videos now, is a blessing in disguise for them because, that they can afford to go out there, make a number of, a number of changes. And as of, I personally believe They'll win the Conference League. I think they're going to have a very good season. Make sure you go down, smash a like if you haven't already. Make sure you have subscribed to the channel. Let me know your thoughts down below. To be honest, I thought Chelsea were just wasteful today. I'm happy to call it as I see it on this channel. I think they need to be better in some games. Crystal Palace, Manchester City, you can kind of call it a bit of a let-off because you're playing the best team in the league under a new manager. So it's a fresh tactics. But definitely Palace and Forest, they should have come away to, this season so far with 3 points in both of those games. Let me know your thoughts down below. Make sure you have subscribed to the channel. We are closing in on 28,000 subscribers, which is just absolutely flipping insane. It really is, which is just so big up to every single person for the support. Let me know your thoughts down below. We will be doing a Spurs match reaction later today. Make sure you drop a like, and I'll see you all soon. Thank you for watching. I am out.